I found this really old video of my grandma's apple cinnamon crumble cake. She made it every year when the weather started to cool. She always used apples from the garden, and the cinnamon made the kitchen smell absolutely amazing. It was a simple cake, but it always felt special. Here is how to make this old-fashioned apple cinnamon cake with crumble topping. Add 2 to 3 diced apples to a pan over medium heat. Then add 1/3 cup of brown sugar, which is about 65 grams, followed by 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/3 cup of milk, which is about 80 milliliters. Let the apples cook on medium heat for 8 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally until they soften and the liquid thickens slightly. The apples should still hold their shape but feel tender when pressed with a spatula, as you can see in the video here. Now, in a separate mixing bowl, crack in 3 eggs. Add a pinch of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then add 3/4 cup of sugar, which is about 150 grams. Using an electric mixer, mix everything together until the mixture becomes pale, smooth, and slightly thick. This usually takes 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your mixer speed. Next, add 1/3 cup of light olive oil, which is about 90 milliliters, to the egg mixture and mix again until smooth. Then add 2/3 cup of yogurt, which is about 130 grams, and give it another quick mix. After that, take a sieve and sift in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which is about 250 grams, along with 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Sifting the flour helps the cake come out lighter and softer. Mix everything together just until the flour disappears into the batter and the cake batter looks smooth, creamy, and evenly mixed with no dry spots or lumps, as you can see in the video here. Next, let's make a simple crumble topping. Add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour to a small bowl. Then add 3 tablespoons of sugar and half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Add 2 tablespoons of soft butter. Use your fingertips to mix everything together until the texture becomes a bit crumbly with small clumps, and then set it aside for now. And now, let's also make the cinnamon cocoa mix for the middle layer. In a small bowl, add 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Mix everything together until fully combined. This mix gives the cake a warm, rich flavor that goes perfectly with the apples and crumble. Now, let's start layering the cake. Pour a portion of the cake batter into a greased baking pan. Use a spatula to spread it out and make sure you have a smooth, even layer that covers the bottom of the pan. Try to reach all the edges so the layer bakes evenly. Then, sprinkle the cinnamon cocoa mix on top. I like to use a small sieve to sprinkle it across the surface. This gives a nice, even layer and helps the mix spread better without clumps. Now pour the rest of the cake batter over the cinnamon cocoa layer. Try to pour it in a few different spots across the pan instead of all in one place. This makes it easier to spread without having to move too much batter around. Once it is all in, use a spatula to gently spread the batter out so it covers the entire surface. Move it around just enough to smooth out the top and make sure the cocoa layer is fully covered. Next, spread all the apples on top of the cake batter. Use a spoon or your hands to place them evenly across the surface so each part of the cake gets some apple. Try to cover the whole top without pressing the apples down into the batter. Next, take the crumble topping you made earlier and sprinkle it evenly over the apples. Use your fingers to break it up as you go so it falls in small clumps instead of large pieces. Try to cover the apples as evenly as you can. Bake the apple cinnamon cake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 to 50 minutes until your kitchen smells absolutely amazing and the top of the cake turns golden and the crumble looks crumbly. This apple cinnamon cake is soft and moist, with warm cinnamon and sweet apples in every bite. The crumble on top is buttery and a little crunchy. It smells amazing while it bakes and tastes even better. It's the kind of cake you just want to eat straight out of the oven. If you liked this old-fashioned apple cinnamon cake, you are going to love this apple loaf cake too. It is full of juicy apples, soft, tender, and absolutely delicious. Check it out now!